cannot stand is how women try to paint men as these dangerous predators that do nothing but harm women. Do you guys remember when women said they would pick a bear instead of a man in the woods? Who remembers that? It's no wonder that men are just fed up with modern women. Misandry is everywhere in modern society. It's on TV, in books, in movies, and online. With the result of recent studies, the creation of social media, and women's never-ending need to post everything online, we are starting to see how dangerous women are, especially to other women. 70% of one-way violence is perpetrated from women to men. 75% of abuse towards children and the elderly is perpetrated by women. Lesbian relationships have the highest rate of domestic violence. Lesbian relationships have the highest rate of divorce. Nowhere can the dysfunction between women be seen more, though, but in women's sports. If you look at the WNBA, and let's be honest, who's going to do that? Who's going to watch that, right? I played basketball for 20 years, and I'm not even going to watch that. There are many cases of WNBA players involved in violence against their girlfriends and wives. These stories are not pushed hard in the media because they are women. So on today's show, we are going to look at some of the most prevalent cases in the media. Sedona Prince is a 6'7", Jesus, oh my gosh, center from TCU who is about to be drafted into the WNBA. She's gotten into the limelight because of her skills on the court, but also her antics off the court. She's constantly bringing up the pay disparity between men and women in sports, and went to 3 other colleges before ending up at TCU. While she is a highly touted prospect, she's not without controversy. Multiple women have come out saying she was physically and emotionally abusive when she was in a relationship with them. So again, feminism, it's really we're really eating each other, right? How many of you guys have been called emotionally abusive? How many of you guys have been called toxic? Now the women said they can't be with men, so they're dating other women, and we're doing the same thing. Okay, so let me get the sound to work.
TCU power forward Sedona Prince. This is TCU power forward Sedona Prince. Going to keep my opinions out of this one because it can get super messy. But because of a 10-part story that her ex Olivia posted on TikTok, there is now a petition going.
How many of you guys had your ex write a Facebook post? How many of you guys had the ex tell all your friends and family you were abusive or whatever? Now the women are doing it to each other, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. All of the tactics that women use on men, now lesbians are doing it to each other. Imagine you having a petition with 130,000 people trying to get you kicked out of your job, your team, whatever, all because of a story your ex told. The audacity.
Going around with over 100,000 signatures in less than a week to get her off of the TCU basketball team. This is her ex-girlfriend Olivia.
Crazy eyes, right? Now, she's hot. Not that hot. On this show, we're realistic. 6.5, because she's young, right? So maybe even a 7, because she's under 25. She's young. But let's be realistic here. Those eyes, you can just tell. Nuts. Crazy. Insane.
Explaining the whole story. She talked about how Sedona was very reckless when driving ATVs, and she even pushed her off and left her stranded. She had to run after her with no phone. She ended up flipping the ATV, and they both were wounded from the accident. Ever since then, Sedona has received a lot of bullying, hate, and even death threats. She made a statement saying that she is saddened by all the bullying and that she is going to be taking time off of social media. I feel like this is something an athlete could have gotten away with in the past, but with social media, people are just not going to let this slide.
Yeah. The comment section, if men were genuinely like that, given our physical strength and domination of armed forces and law enforcement, women would be treated worse than slaves. Yeah, I know. You guys could have did anything with us. You guys could have literally chained us to the kitchen. You could have got together and said, okay, each one of us, we got to have sex with somebody. So let's chain a girl to the kitchen, and then she can't cheat. Yeah, but women will, I mean, they'll still find a way. They'll be like crawling out. Do you know what I mean? When a woman wants to cheat, I mean, but you guys get the idea. Joel says, I'm glad that the woman chooses the bear. I'll take my dog and run for it. Doug MPA says, eating each other. LOLOL. I bet all the lesbian WNBA players are doing that. Daniel says, sorry, Pearl, you lost your rating card after last night. All right. Number one, this is my show. So if you want to go get a rating card, I distribute the rating cards. So therefore, I'm the rater here. The audacity. You guys, you get a $10 a month membership. And all of a sudden, you think you can give me a rating card. Yeah, okay. Now, let's see. We have an article talking about this situation. So, how will the WNBA approach TCU star Sedona Prince? So, let's see the video we got. Even me, I still got ads. You guys have ads, I have ads. Not above it.
Scott ranked 19th in the AP poll. That's
really good.
14 years that TCU is in the top 20 of the Associated Press poll. I'll say this. The other game that they've won in that 4-0, not that big of deal. But there's one particular game that took the cake, and that was their recent win over NC State, who is ranked number 13. They won that game 76-73. And the two people really anchoring them in all of these wins, but particularly in that one, the olds, Haley Van Lith and Sedona Prince. Sedona Prince, 31 points, most points scored by any.
Yeah, I mean, that school is not dropping her. Are you guys going to drop a player that's doing 31 points? I mean, it is the WNBA, or the women's basketball, but come on. I know how important a player like that is.
Any player right now against a top 25 team this season. And then Haley Van Lith, 18-10, her first double-double with points and assists. She's done it in other ways, but her first double-double with points and assists. Chantel, it looks like there's still some good blood running through these old heads that are on the TCU Horned Frogs. Like, what impresses you the most about the way that they've been able to kind of anchor this team to start the season?
Well, I think like this team sort of speaks to the modern era of women's college basketball. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of different ways to win, but I think we're going to see also sort of this might be the way to grow and build a program in this modern era.
Yeah, okay, nobody cares. All right, Sedona Prince has had a winding journey towards the 2025 WNBA draft, where she's expected to finally join the league in April after a 7-year college odyssey. How the hell did she have a 7-year college career? Would she do like 3 years of okay. Prince, a 24-year-old 6'7" center at TCU, is enjoying the most successful season of her career, which includes 3 colleges, multiple injuries, and becoming famous for highlighting the disparities between men and women's NCAA tournaments. Her size and dominant play for the Horned Frogs, who are in the Sweet 16 for the first time in school history, has made Prince a tantalizing prospect for the WNBA. League general managers are carefully weighing Prince's upside against her age and injury history. But in a relatively rare occurrence for women's basketball, they're also considering the potential repercussions from multiple allegations of domestic abuse raised in a report in February. So, look, I got no sympathy. I really have none, because how many women have been doing this for like 50 years? If anything, I think we should have, if anything, guys, this is what I say. Fellas, and this, if I get married someday, this is not to who I marry. Divorce your wives, okay? Put the women on alimony, put the women on child support. Really be ruthless, because that's the only solution to feminism is more feminism. All of these people that don't want women to face the consequences of what we voted and pushed for, they're simps, okay? Like Matt Walsh, he's a super simp. And the reason he's a super simp is because women voted to put men into the locker room. Women fought and they said, hey, we want these mentally ill men to be in our locker room. And do you know what I say? I say, okay, eat it. Go ahead. And then if you have a daughter in this situation, if I have a little sister, right? If this happened, I would say, well, thank your classmates. Thank your aunts. Thank all the women around you, because it's women's fault. Not all, not all, not all. And that's my honest opinion. And you know what? I played in a volleyball tournament this happened in England. They had dudes with boob jobs at this tournament. And I was the only one that said anything. And do you guys know what happened? I got yelled at. I was disciplined. And the women were complaining that I was complaining about men in the locker room. So after that, I said, go F yourselves. I hope you guys all, I hope you all deal with this. So Prince has been accused of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse by several former partners dating back to 2019. One former partner told the Washington Post that Prince sexually assaulted her in 2019. I mean, yeah, guys, if a girl's pushy during sex, take her to go to the police. Yeah, I mean, how many of you guys have been assaulted and done nothing? The women are doing it. Go do it back. And do you know what might happen? Then the women will start complaining and getting the laws changed. That's the only way. Nobody nags better than a woman. Nobody. You guys are too nice. You guys will get custody of your kids and you won't put your exes on child support or alimony. No. Put that hoe on lifetime alimony forever. She would do it to you. Now, another woman sued Prince alleging sexual misconduct in 2022 in a case that was later dismissed. A third former partner accused Prince of abuse last summer. In January, Prince was involved in a physical altercation with another ex-girlfriend, according to multiple reports. No charges have been filed against Prince in any of these cases, and she and her attorney have denied all of the allegations. Prince has played in every game this season as the Horned Frogs won their first Big 12 and entered the NCAA tournament as a number 2 seed, their highest as a program. TCU coach Mark Campbell said that the program is following university policy. Prince uploaded a video in August to her TikTok account denying accusations, saying, "I've never abused anybody in my life," after an ex-girlfriend posted videos accusing Prince of abuse. One in the chat if you have sympathy. Who feels bad? Who feels bad here? Did you guys get sympathy when you were accused of all of these crazy things? No. So now women are eating each other. It's hilarious. WNBA executives said they are mindful of the allegations, but many said they're confident she'll be drafted perhaps in the first round. You've got to take it into consideration. You've got to take it into consideration. It's unfortunate that that's been a blemish on what's been a great season for her, one general manager said. 6 WNBA general managers discussed Prince with and were granted anonymity to talk candidly about her as a draft prospect. The WNBA and WNBPA have not suspended any players since they created a joint domestic and intimate partner violence policy in 2020. Collective bargaining agreement. But the WNBA has pushed players in the past who, unlike Prince, were arrested for domestic violence. Riquia Williams served a 10-league game suspension from the LA Sparks after a 2019 arrest on domestic battery charges in 2023. She was barred from team activities with the LA Aces after facing a slew of felony and misdemeanor domestic battery charges, which were later dropped. Brittany Griner and her then partner and WNBA player Glory Johnson received 7-game suspensions in 2015, the longest bans in league history. At that time, following a league investigation into their arrest for suspicion of assault and disorderly conduct following a physical fight with each other. However, evaluating a potential draftee following domestic violence allegations in college is largely new territory for the league. I think it's up to different teams how much they look into allegations, how much they're concerned by it, one of the executives said. An online petition asking for Prince's removal from TCU was posted in August and has more than 200,000 signatures. An online petition, the WNBA rules prohibit general managers from talking to prospects before the completion of their college seasons. And some said that the quick turnaround between the end of the NCAA tournament and the draft, which comes 8 days after the national championships, could prevent teams from extensively interviewing Prince about the allegations. Though the tournament's first 2 rounds, Prince has not addressed allegations in news conferences. So again, Guys, she spent 7 years building her career. I don't know how she went to college that long, but you know, these athletes, I did a 5th year. I graduated and I had a year of eligibility. I played basketball. I probably would have did 7 if I could have. I love sports. But she's worked hard for this. But let's be honest. How many women ruin things that men work hard for? How many of you guys worked really hard for something just to have your ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, or just some random hoe ruin it? We don't care. We do not care. So it says she's a very talented player and I think she'd be good in our league, one general manager said. And it sounds like she might get a chance to prove that. Prince's initial fame in college athletics came after she filmed a viral social media post in 2021 that called out disparities between the men's and women's NCAA tournaments. And remember, this woman loved feminism. I remember I've seen her videos before. She basically nagged the NCAA online because women's sports don't get as much free stuff, nice like buses, all that stuff as men's sports. And I lived this, right? I mean, I went to a college and we were a small school, but do you know who got the best game time? Men. And do you know why? Because they were better than us in every way. They were more entertaining. More people went. Of course, they're going to get the better game time. They got the later one. It is what it is. So this video sparked widespread change in the sport. Prince was one of the lead plaintiffs in the House versus NCAA lawsuit that led to the NCAA's $2.8 billion settlement. So she sued. She has got no problem. And now it's eating her. So after stops at Texas and Oregon, Prince's play on the court for TCU has piqued the WNBA executive's interest. She's undoubtedly been a productive college player, especially in the latter part of her career. Over the last 2 seasons, she's averaged 18.3 points a game. For women's sports, that's really good. I mean, for men, they probably could take or lose, you know. But for women's sports, that's great. 10 rebounds and 3 blocks. 3 blocks, that's really good. Let's see. We want to watch her play. Yeah, I mean.
No way. Not this time. Not a chance.
I mean, I guess that's more impressive than the normal women's basketball that can't make layups, right? Okay, her 2024 to 2025 season has dramatically improved her draft stock. Prince is part of arguably the best pick and roll combination in college basketball with guard Haley Van Lith, another expected 2025 draftee. Prince shoots nearly 44% on mid-range twos. That's really good for women's sports. All of this is for women's sports and better than 70% around the rim. According to CBB Analytics, what will translate with Sedona Prince is her size and her versatility, another general manager said. She can finish around the rim and also stretches the floor. That's a good combination. I mean, she's 6'7" in a women's league. That's tall in a men's league, right? She's got to be a lesbian. She's got no other choice. What else is she going to do? She's not hot and okay. There was a girl on my team when I was in high school and she was 6'5". But guys, this girl always had a boyfriend. And do you know what it was like when it's like a girl that's 5 inches taller than you in high school? You're like, where do you find she would I don't know how she did it, but she would show up one year with like a 6'7" boyfriend. Then the next year it'd be like a 6'10", then a 6'6". And we're like, but I'll tell you what, she was very pretty. She had no problem. A mid like this has got to go lesbian. She's got to, because she can't get the guy, the guy she's gonna, because here's the thing. This is like the hierarchy of women's attraction. So women want alpha males, right? The clouded guys, whatever, on top. Then they will literally date women before they date an average man. And there's going to be a bigger, now as social media gets us more and more delusional and we have access, we can be influenced by men other than in our direct family. For example, 100 years ago, the only men I could talk to would be my father, a husband, brothers. That's who would influence me. Now I can download TikTok and some guy doing dances on TikTok can say things to influence my behavior. So what this is going to do is make women think we deserve more. And it's going to do a wider gap between the haves and the have-nots, if that makes sense. Like the men that get laid and the men that can't. It's just going to get harder. Sorry, fellas. It's the life of a man. But we get old and we get ugly, and then one day we're just miserable and our life sucks. So at least for you guys, you start here and you go up on the, like, it can't really get worse, right? It only gets better unless you get the wrong woman into your life and she ruins it. I'm just trying to silver lining, okay? Silver lining. So the talent is flat out undeniable and unquestionable. There's maybe 10 players in the world that are 6'7" with her skill set and basketball IQ. She impacts every shot around the basketball game. Campbell said she would be surprised if Prince isn't a first-round selection. There's just too much talent there, and that's a potential impact player in the W. It's just hard to find. So, okay, there's speculation. Will she not? I don't see this holding her back because she's a woman. She'll get special treatment. But should I sign this? I'm going to sign it. I'm going to sign it because I think it's funny. Hold Sedona Prince accountable and remove her from the TCU women's basketball team. All right, we got Pearl, Davis. You got to put my screen down. I don't want them to, just for a second. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, you're okay. It's gone now. All right. All right, I signed the petition, guys. Should I chip in $11? Okay. Now we're going to read the petition. So, hey everybody. I wanted to come on here and send a couple of updates. I did get a response from TCU that they are investigating the situation. Unfortunately, since I'm choosing to stay as anonymous as possible, getting through to all the people I would like to is difficult. I would like to thank LTTR for getting in touch with me and sharing my updates, and the petition to y'all, as well as every single person has posted. So on so many platforms, I want to make it very clear that none of the brave women that have posted their story about Sedona Prince is behind this petition and should not face any hate or criticism. Let's keep fighting. We're currently at 100K and rising. I'm all for more feminism. I'm supporting you ladies. Don't say I'm not a feminist. Let's see. The issue. Okay, this is what it says about it. As an individual who has personally experienced the deep pain caused by abuse, it breaks my heart to see a known domestic abuser maintain a place of respect within our society, especially being shielded by a reputable university. YouTube, you cannot say that I'm doing a hate speech or anything. I just supported this petition, okay? I supported it. We firmly believe that allegations of such grave misconduct should be taken seriously and addressed urgently. Within our society, stories of abuse are way too common, with an estimate of 1 in 3 women experiencing physical or sexual violence at least once in their lifetime globally. I mean, is the sexual violence getting choked out in bed by Tyrone? Do you know what I mean? It's like, have you guys seen the hardcore corn that women watch? Like, what's the violence? That's my question. Like, if your boyfriend, you guys know what women request in bed, right? I have a guy friend, right? And he said he couldn't believe, like, because the women would want rougher and rougher things. And he would do it. And he was like, I thought they would get mad and like leave, but they just loved me more. And so like, is that sexual violence? I don't know. Let's shine light on this issue and make a step forward for truth and respect, ensuring that our universities upheld the principles they're supposed to represent. We require your support to achieve this aim. Please stand with us, sign this petition, raise your voice against abuse and for justice. Let's fight this together for a world where a university sports team are safe for each member. Please sign the petition today. Why do you think 50 Shades of Grey is the best-selling book of modern times? Yep. We love that shit. Do you know what I mean?